Welcome to this episode of Best of America by Horseback right here on RFD TV. This week we're going to take you to Northern California, a place called Quincy, California, in the High Sierras at the Greenhorn Creek Guest Ranch.
This is a place that you wouldn't typically think would be California. The air is crisp, the trees and the grass are green, the rivers are running fresh and clean. Just a beautiful place here in Northern California.
Besides Dell singing with us on the show and riding with us, this is a family vacation location for horseback riding, for lessons at all ages to ride, fishing, every type of family activity you could possibly imagine. This is a wonderful place to visit. We're looking forward to showing you the very best of America by Horseback this week at Greenhorn Creek Guest Ranch.
On this episode of Best of America by Horseback, Tom C. and Dell Shields are at Greenhorn Creek Guest Ranch in Quincy, California. Owned and operated by Trish and Ralph Wilburn, the ranch offers many activities for families in a peaceful and beautiful Sierra Mountain setting in Northern California. They have many miles of riding trails and over 100 horses to match any level rider.
There are hundreds of guest ranches across America. Land and beautiful scenery, horses, nice staff. But there's a magic that both of you have. What is the secret that has made this place so successful? What is it between you two that the guests just love being here like family?
It's just because we are family. We don't put on anything that's not right. It's not what we are. Trish pretty much runs the ranch. I kind of follow around everybody and pick up the pieces. I can see what hasn't been done.
You look forward to every aspect of this, but is there something particular you like about a particular event or being here during the week? Is it the campfires, the singing, the horseback riding? What is it?
Two most important things in my mind are the horseback riding and the fishing. If I can see a person that can learn how to ride a horse in a week and learn how to fish in a week and not pick up his telephone once, that's what I like to see.
Can you give us a little bit of description of what the trails are like for folks who may want to come here and ride, what they're going to experience?
You bet. Yeah, we've got a nice variety of terrain. We've got areas where you can do the beginner walk ride, you can do a walk trot ride, and then once you pass your lope check in the arena, you can go on the lope rides. So it's a real variety of area and different skill levels of the rides.
Which allows for any level of rider to be able to come here and have a good ride, safe,
Yes.
and enjoy themselves.
Yes. Yeah, we take pride in our progressive riding program because people can come here and really learn how to ride if that's what they want to do.
One of the things that I noticed was the condition of the horses. They look very well cared for, ears to tail.
Yeah, we take pride in that. You know, they work hard for us during the season, and it takes a lot of care and attention to make that happen and keep them legged up. You know, get them legged up in the spring so they're ready to go. There are assets. You know, horseback riding is our main activity, and people come here to ride and take good rides, and that requires a good, healthy horse.
The interaction with the horses is very important for staff and guests.
Yes.
And here you have guests who get a horse fitted to them,
Right.
and that's done by process, not by chance.
Right,
is
that's
what I understand.
Absolutely. So we're ready for the guests when they arrive. We ask them to fill out a rideability form for us if they could, giving us their approximate height and weight, when was the last time they rode, and what level of rider they feel they're at this time. That way Marty has a horse picked out for them before they even arrive. And they keep that horse the entire time they're here. If they got that bond going and they've grown to know each other, more the better. But that's a big thing with the guest, is they'll want the same horse year after year if they can.
So if they want to build their confidence, they don't have to go out on the ride. They can stay in the arena and have personalized training.
That's
and get ready to go out on the trail later on.
Yeah, get to know their horses better, get better control of their horses, and know how to give them the commands that they need to, and learn to ride.
Can you tell us a little bit about getting folks ready to go out on the trail? You get them on the horse, you adjust the stirrups, you make sure the reins are right, the lead ropes are where they ought to be. How important is that?
Oh, it's just as important as tying your shoes in the morning. If everything isn't just right, you know, bad things happen. We strive to take away all those bad thing variables, but if I know that the cinch is as snug as it needs to be, and people have learned to hold the reins where they need to hold them, and the lead rope is hanging at just the right loop on the horse's shoulder, then if that deer does jump up, or that pine cone does fall down and the horse does jump to one side, their saddle's going to stay in the middle of the horse. The people have the reins to control them, and the horse isn't going to step through that lead rope. That's you know, that's part of it. That's a big part of it.
Welcome back to Best of America by Horseback, where Tom C. and Del Shields are at the Greenhorn Creek Guest Ranch in Quincy, California. Here, guests can enjoy many activities throughout the day, while relaxing and enjoying the atmosphere away from their normal, busy lifestyle.
You have provided so many different activities for people to do here, and we'd like for you to tell us about some of those and maybe some of your favorites.
Okay. Well, we can start probably on Saturday. Saturday evening, we usually have a bonfire sing-along. We kind of choose a kind of a lower key activity on Saturday. A lot of the guests are traveling, arriving on Saturday, they're a little tired. So we do get out our guitars and get the marshmallow basket out and have a little sing-along. That's a lot of fun. It's an event for an activity for all ages.
Right.
Yeah. And then, of course, the line dancing. There's just, those are the evening activities, but we also have the softball, the swimming, the volleyball, and an adios party, usually at the end of the week.
And one of the activities that you do involving the kids is you have paint horses, is that correct?
Yeah, not only pintos or paint horses, but we actually paint horses.
Okay.
Yeah, we bring up our white colored horses in an afternoon, and we get the paints out and start hand painting and mural painting. It's amazing that the type of pictures that these kids come up with, but it's a really fun, different, hands-on activity for the kids to do.
You are the activities director here.
I am.
So what do you plan for the ranch for the week? If people are coming in with their families, what can they expect to do here?
Each day is filled with multiple different activities. They have planned activities throughout the week, including daily activities that guests are welcome to choose by themselves, from fishing, as you can see. We have horseshoe pits. We've got a game room that offers pool table, foosball, different games, etc., card tables especially, kids love. Those are the daily activities. Throughout the week we offer our Friday night barbecue. One of the favorites I'd have to say would be Tuesday night frog catching. And that leads into Wednesday night frog racing, which is hands down a favorite of almost everyone here.
And then you've got the wagon that goes up for a cookout up in the wilderness areas.
Yeah, sure do. We've got the horse-drawn wagon, and on our cookout days, like for example on Sunday, we go up to the Lower Creek Cookout for a steak dinner. So our guests have the choice of taking their horse or a wagon ride up to the cookout. And the wagon's a lot of fun because it's horse-drawn, it's not tractor pulled, and drop into this campground that's right along the creek. Have a nice dinner out there. It's a lot of fun. It's real relaxing. We're off the ranch for 2 or 3 hours. And
there's something a little different about eating a meal out there as opposed to a dining hall or something.
Absolutely, yeah. It just seems to taste so much better outdoors, yeah.
We had steak out at the campsite last night. Can you, for our viewing audience, talk about the experience of riding the wagon or the horseback up to the campsite and eating outside?
We rode the horses and it was fun. You felt like it was like a dream come true. You'd be able to ride out, have your dinner waiting for you, which was delicious, and then able to sit there and relax for a while, then ride back, and you feel like you really had an adventure.
Nate's a pretty good cook, isn't he?
No, he's a great cook. Thanks, Nate.
Welcome back to Best of America by Horseback. We are riding at Greenhorn Creek Guest Ranch. The guests who came to the ranch to ride with us all had wonderful things to say about the ranch and riding with Tom, Del, and Best of America by Horseback. The trip was beyond their expectations.
What are the highlights on this trip?
Some of the highlights, actually getting to go on gallop the rides with my daughter and riding up and down hills, going on a ride with my son. Him getting on a horse and just doing a simple walk ride. And it was extremely fun with the family.
Well, obviously seeing you guys again and riding with you, but also the friendships that you make from the people that come. We were talking at dinner how every single one that was a part of this ride, we've gotten to know them somewhat by name, and that's really part of what this is about, is the relationships that you make along the way.
So trail riding and horses bring people together as a common
Absolutely.
denominator.
Well, the riding's been great because the scenery is just gorgeous up here. And the trails have been uphill, downhill, flat roads. You know, it varies all the time. But actually, one of the best things so far staying here is all the employees are so nice. You sit there at lunch and talk to people who work here, and they're like one big family, you know, which is a little different, I think, than some other places. And everybody has been great.
Tell me what it meant to you, for you two to share this time together with horses and in these beautiful mountains.
Well, we've camped all around these mountains on all different sides of this ranch. It was a real treat to be able to ride the same trails again and spend the time together that we haven't been able to spend in the last few years. So it was just a great rebonding experience.
And we became really good friends with Ralph and Trish.
Yeah,
Melbourne.
they're great people.
We started coming twice a year, May and October. The ranch is just exceptional. We have always advocated the ranch. I mean, there's nothing they wouldn't do for you. The hospitality is second to none.
You know, we talk about often that the show isn't about Tom or Dell or any of the film crew. It's about the location and the people there at the location. But Cheryl, you were mentioning earlier that it's more than that to you. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Absolutely. I've watched the show for a long time, and I've always told Tom and Pat that it always feels like a visit with old friends. And what makes that happen is, and I was telling them, the show brings you into it. You're not just a passive viewer. You actually feel like you're part of the show. You feel like you could enter into the conversation that they're having around the campfire or up in the patio. You feel like you're a part of it. So it's wonderful. I love it. And having stayed here and have the evening with everybody, the show does exactly that. So Tom tells his stories and Dell sings and everybody is having a good time, and that's exactly what's on the show. So what you see on the show is what you're going to get when you go, if you go ride with Tom and Best of America. It is all there, just like what you're seeing on TV, which is really fun. And it's great for people that might not ever get a chance to ride or can't ride anymore. In their head and in their memory, by the show, they're still riding.
That's what we do. We just, have a good time on the horses, go to neat places. Ordinary people doing extraordinary things.
I can't believe it's time for leaving. I thought I'd be here through the fall.
I actually feel like you're part of something, part of a family, listening to you sing, and just everyone just feeling like you're at home. That's a good feeling. You don't feel like you're on vacation with a bunch of strangers.
To leave this old bunkhouse. Well, it's been a real fine home. My trailer's hooked up.
One of the ladies that was here this week came when she was 9 or 10, and that was 41 years ago. And she's been here numerous times since then.
For more information about visiting the Greenhorn Creek Guest Ranch in Quincy, California, you can call them at 1-800-334-6939 or log on to greenhornranch.com.
I'd like to personally thank you for watching Best of America by Horseback this week. With my good friend Dale Shields and Wanda and Kristen and Pat, all of us are glad to bring you these shows. Join us on Facebook or our expanded website, bestofamericabyhorseback.com, to find out where we've been, where we're going, and how you can join us on future shows. This has been great. Thank you for watching.
Well, now my back's against the wall. This old truck ain't much to look at, but I guess she'll be my home. My trailer's hooked up to my pickup, boys, it's time for me to roam. Heading down this dusty road, so lonesome I could cry. And if I knew where I was going, I might find the will to try. Gas tank showing empty, my pony's thinning too. Sierra, I'm real sorry I rode away from you. Sierra, I'm real sorry. I don't know what I'll do.